Hey guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to sharpen a knife. I'm going to sharpen a knife. You know, I've thought about doing this video for a while. I thought it'd be really cool for all you guys that sharpen razors and you have all of the stones, use those stones to sharpen knives. This is kind of funny because at this point, I'm going to do knives. I'm going to come full circle because about 10 years ago I started trying to sharpen things, and I started with knives, and then I worked and I kind of saw people into razors, and that's really what I got into razors. Now we're going to kind of go back around and work with a knife. You know, I've started sharpening knives with the fixed angle rigs, the Wicked Edge and the Edge Pro, and I like those units, but I always kind of felt like I was cheating because I wasn't just, you know, freehanding it. And so I started doing it about a year ago, and I love doing it this way. So I kind of wanted to show you some of the things that I do, and we'll go from there. What I'm going to start with, this is a knife, a Harukaze, the VGS one. This is a stainless knife from Chef Knives To Go. That's my other company. Oh, you didn't know that I own that part owner of that company too. I guess that's what I've been accused of lately, and that too. But ever since I did that the Shapton Glass 16K, people have been giving me a hard time about that, saying that I was promoting the Nano 12K stone at the expense of the Shapton 16K. Follow the money, like they said. Chef Knives To Go sells the Shapton Glass stones too. So I was just trying to give an honest, objective review of it, and some people got butthurt, I guess. Anyway, Chef Knives To Go. The VGS one, it's about 6 inches. I like this knife. I wanted this one because I like the size of it. I can pretty much cut anything with it. What I like about the knife is that it's full stainless. It's a stainless core with stainless cladding. And also it's relatively thin. The spine is about 2 millimeters thick, because when you knives, the thing that you notice as far as being sharp is not just the edge, but also the thinness of the blade. You know, the thinner you get, the more expensive they're going to be, because there's just more as far as grinding and work in those. But I think this is a real happy medium. It sells for $80. I think that's a great price. So what I'm going to do is that it came with a nice edge. I mean, the edge was real workable, but it's just kind of worn out. I've had it for a few months now, and since I keep it in my knife drawer, like everyone else's knife drawer, just thrown in there. That's why I wanted stainless, because I didn't want to have to worry about the steel core, which I, you know, ultimately like better. But you know, you have to take more care of them and oil them and everything when you're done. But what I do is I'm going to start on my 400 diamond, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to raise a burr on the one side, and the way that I do that is, the trick to doing this freehand stuff is to keeping a consistent angle as you move back and forth across on the stone or the plate. As you can see, this has a slight arc to it, or a smile. So as you come across into that, you're gonna have to lift the knife up to maintain that angle this way. And I'm going to show you something really cool in a second when I get done on this plate. But what I do is I hold it this way, and I keep my fingers here. I keep a fairly light pressure. And by the way, I watched, there's a guy that has a channel called Burfection. Ricky Chan is his name. He does real good. I kind of liked his style, so I probably copy that pretty much. But yeah, what you're going to do is we're going to keep it in the angle that you want to keep it at. Well, that's going to vary, whatever you want. Obviously, the steeper the angle, the more pointy or sharper it's going to be, but the more easily the edge is going to break down. They usually recommend between 18 and 22 degrees, but since this is a kitchen knife, I pretty much do them at 15 degrees. And I'll, like I said, I'll tell you how I do that. So we're going to start right here, and I'm just going back and forth. And now the trick to this, or the thing that you have to work on, is as you do your stroke back and forth, you have to maintain the same angle. I know when I first started, I was as I would go back and forth, that thing was kind of rocking this way, and so you kind of have to work on that. But this 400 diamond, that's going to take and knock that thing down real quick. I'm putting pressure with my thumb there too. Now as I'm feeling here, there's a burr everywhere except right on that tip. All right, there it is. Now I can feel that burr as you run your thumb on there. It's actually real prominent in the back. Okay, so that means that we've got this side formed. So now I'm going to come over to the other side. This side, I just flip it over. Now some people switch hands. That's okay too. I just like to do it all in one hand. Again, I'm going to approximate that 15-degree angle. Can you hear that? That's the burr getting knocked away. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just do this till the burr flips over the other way. That means I did the other side. Still a little bit right on the tip. I had to be careful on my fingers here, or just be conscious not to push too hard because my fingers would like knot up the next day. They'd kind of lock on me. This is just actually a fairly light pressure, but I am leaning on it. This is not the weight of the blade or anything like that. Okay, so we got a burr on both sides. So what I'm going to do here, we're going to do leading strokes, knock that burr all the way off. Good, no burr on either side. And it definitely has an edge on it. Okay, so what we've done is we've recreated that edge. That was a factory edge. To be honest with you, I don't know what angle it was, but right now it's set at about 15 degrees. So that was 400 diamond. Now, this is my Chosera 1K. I'll leave the slurry on there. Now, as far as the 15-degree thing, I had to work on it. It's something you have to work on, but I saw Mark Richmond on one of his sharpening videos. He came up with, I don't know if he came up with it, these things, wedgic. Okay, so what it is, it's this little wedge that you can lay on top of the stone. And what it does, as you're doing your angle, you lay this there, and as you come up to it, you just it just helps you maintain the angle to build that memory. Okay, so now as you can see, it's when it sits there, it's not real stable. So you put that rubber band. That's what the groove on there is for. I saw that. I thought, wow, that's pretty slick. Okay, so you do like this. Now this is 15 degrees. Now actually, I've just had this for a few weeks now, and what I realized is that what I thought was 15 degrees was actually steeper, because when I use this, I realized, wow, that's a little bit steeper than I thought, than I was doing before. And this is 15, and these things are accurate because I did check them with my angle cube. This one came up to 15.1 degrees with the angle cube, and even I tried the 20 degrees, same thing, 20.1 degrees. So they are pretty accurate. So all you do is you just leave them there, and you don't need them forever, but it just helps you build that muscle memory. I'm just going back and forth on this. Slight little burr. And when you do it this way, if you're doing it here, you just flip it around, bring it up on that. It's actually really slick. It's really slick. I liked it. But after you do it a few times, that's all you really need it for. All right, I'm going to take that off, but you get the idea how that works. And there's going to be a giveaway at the end here. So now basically we're doing X's. Rinse some of the slurry off. And what I'm going to do here, we'll just do some trailing passes. Now I know that some people do trailing passes the whole time. I disagree with that. I think it forms a false edge or a foil. I think you can finish with them, a few for the final. It will keep your edge smoother, I think. But like I said, you do too many, it can form a foil edge. Now, that's a good edge already. That's a good edge. The thing about doing knives is knives are different than razors. Honestly, knives are a lot easier to do than razors. I've had a lot of knife guys that'll tell me, they write me and they say, look, I've been doing knives for 10, 20, 30 years and I'm trying this razor stuff and it's really just kicking my ass. If you can do razors, knives are easy because there's a whole nother component to a razor that's not present with a knife, and that is how that edge feels on your skin, you know, when you actually put it to your skin. You know, knives, you're just sharpening to as far as how it feels when you cut something. So there's a whole other component in a razor versus a knife, and these things can be pretty easy to do. You just got to get that angle down. Okay, so 1,000, what I was going to say here is you can finish a knife at 1,000. That's plenty good edge. But of course, I like to take it further. I know you guys with all your stones for your razors, 1,000 is where you start with a razor. You got to go further than that. Usually, I'll go 1 and then a 5. So let's build a little slurry on this. Okay, again, back and forth. Leading. And then we'll finish with a few trailing. Again, what do you feel for? Just that it doesn't change. If you hit rough spots initially, just keep going until that smooths out. All right. Okay, already popping a few hairs. Okay, now, 5K on a knife is more than enough. Usually people will go 2,000, that's enough. But, of course, we gotta go more. What I do, especially if I'm sharpening a knife for somebody, I'll do a few passes on the 8K. Why do I do it? Does it do anything for the edge? I guess maybe, but that's not why I do it. I do it because it gives that bevel just a really pretty reflection. Just makes it shine. And when someone looks at the knife and that bevel just glares, they can see reflection on it. It looks good. You know, it's probably gone after the first time or two that they use it, but that's it. Man. And also, the better the knife that you have, the better the quality of steel, the better edge you're going to get. You know, for real cheap knives, you try and sharpen them, and they just don't sharpen. Well, it's just kind of like a razor. You know, you get those Pakistani steel. They're never really going to get sharp enough to shave with. So, same with steel. This is a good quality stainless. This takes a real good edge. The other knife that I use, the Harukaze with the steel core, those are just wicked. Just wicked, really, really, really nice edge. Super sharp, like shaving sharp. I imagine I could probably get this one shaving sharp if I worked at it more, but that's plenty good. So now what I do, I'm gonna do one more thing here, and that is I'm going to strop it. Come on over here. And what I'm gonna do on this strop is the stropping base from Chef Knives to Go, my other company. And this is a piece of balsa, and I have like a, I think it's a 1 micron diamond paste or a CBN paste. And by the way, pick it up. Chef Knives to Go now has CBN spray, the 0.5 micron that I suggest for if you're gonna use them on your razors. For $20 for 2 ounces, it's like the best price on CBN ever. So that'll be on my page. All the stuff I'm using is be on my page. I'll make sure that it's there. Okay, so when you do stropping, this is trailing only. So you don't need many here. I just got a little. I don't know, half a dozen I imagine would do it. That should be good. Oh yeah, just whacking hair away. Okay, all right, so I have a leather one here. It's not necessary to do leather. Like I said, after the first time you use it. But we'll do it. Beautiful. Okay. Can you get a close-up on that, Danny? Can you see the reflection on the bevel? It's not a very wide bevel, so it's kind of hard maybe at the tip a little bit more. Can you see that one? Right here? No, you're covering the light there. Anyway, it's now ready to go. That's it. We just sharpen the knife, doesn't take long. It just takes a few minutes when you get good at it. Use your stones, guys. Use them to sharpen your knives. You don't need the fixed rig. It's kind of fun. Just something else that you can do. Like I said, all of the stuff that I use, I'll make sure, I'll put the links down there to my Chef Knives to Go webpage. All of this stuff is going to be there. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Happy New Year. Congratulations to the gentleman that won the giveaway with the ILR stuff. That was awesome. I look forward to the new year and putting out some great videos. So again, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Okay, everyone tests their knife edge by cutting paper. I hate doing it because I think it ruins the edge. I think it folds the edge. Okay, here you go. All right, that's a good edge. That's all it takes. It cuts arm hair. It's kind of cut paper. All right, guys, that's it. All right, one more thing. I forgot. The giveaway. The Wedgick. All right, someone's going to get it. Comment down below if you want it. Let me know, and I will send it off to you. That's it.